Jessie Vargas versus Liam Beefy Smith. Now, before I get into, gotta save this image here, but there's a bit more part here. So this is basically saying Liam Smith came in uh, at the weigh-in and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna beat you up, blah blah blah," and then Jessie was like, "Shut the f up, blah blah blah." He's like, "Every time you smile, I'm gonna punish you," and he's like, Liam's like, "You can't punch," all that sort of stuff. And when I see Jessie Vargas fights of watching, he's a bit of a wild man. He reminds me of that UFC guy that used to like watching, Diego Sanchez. He was an absolute wild man as well. I loved to tear up, wild man. Got some good wins, but took some heavy losses as well because just his wildness was just couldn't be reined in. Far too mad for precision wrestling or boxing or whatever. Leave himself way open. So yeah, one of the guys that was like, he was good and he was like maybe top 10, but never like world class, like in terms of the best of the best, or number two. And I would say Jesse kind of reminds me of that guy. Let's have a wee look at his last fights and stuff like that. What have we got up here? Hopefully it's all clean. Jessie Vargas. I did look at this 2 minutes ago, and what it says here is inactive. You can see that. That's a bit strange. But yeah, it's got his last fight was on the 29th of February 2020 against Mikey Garcia. I vaguely remember watching that, but what's it now? It's the 30th of April, so we're talking 2 years, 2 months, 26 months since he last fought. That's not a good thing, is it? And he's coming. So what was he fighting before? 147 was it? And now he's fighting at 154, so he's coming up in weight. Yeah, so his last fight against Mikey Garcia, good at coming down low and throwing some hooks over the top, and he was pretty wild. But Mikey wasn't much of a pressure fighter, and he was kind of on the just trading jabs and trying to get inside. But when he got his rhythm, he got inside. He managed to drop Jesse and plod forward, and I would say reasonably comfortably win the fight. Took a few shots because he's obviously a bit of a wild man. You're gonna catch a few now and again. But when I look at like Liam Smith, for example, let's type that in here. Liam Smith, beefy, ranked number 1 in the UK. Anthony Fowler was his last win, and his last fight wasn't that long ago. It was the 9th of October 2021, so he's got a lot less ring rust. He'd fought in 21 as well, and then 19, so maybe he was getting his ring rust in his third fight 3 fights ago. So yeah, the way I see it, I think though, Liam's he's put the pressure on too technical. He's good at taking a few steps back if someone's throwing wild swings, not using much energy, coming forward, jabbing his way in, ducking and diving, slipping, coming up low, hooks to the body, hooks to the head. For me, he's a very tough man. I've always liked to back him because he is just so tough. He looked at the weight and he looked strong at the weight. Jesse maybe looked a little bit fleshy, but that's not always something to go on. He's got long levers, so let's see what he can do with that. But if he comes in a bit too intense, burning up a lot of energy, and I think he's going to try and put it on Liam straight from the get go. And I think that's his best chance, to be honest, putting it straight on, a bit like Anthony Fowler did. He had Liam Smith hurt in a couple of rounds because he's put it on him. But I just think the experience from Liam Smith and is going to be too much, and his pressure is going to wear him out, wear Jessie out over the rounds. And I do see him, mid to late stoppage for Liam Beefy Smith in this one. I do see that. He might have to. Liam Smith might have to come over some adversity in the beginning, maybe some cuts. But I think he's going to push through that, and I think he's going to wear Jessie Vargas down and get a mid to late stoppage. That's my thoughts on the fight. So put your comments in the comment box below. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I'll see you sausages later.